T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to The Twisted 10, bringing you original and unique, host-created top 10 lists, recorded live in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida, with hosts Tach Van Sickle and Adam Poston.
Welcome to The Twisted 10, and my name is Tach. As always, and sitting next to me is...
Hey, I'm Adam. Hey, guys. Thanks for listening.
And welcome to the show. And this, just like the intro said, we make up an original top 10 list, and we go through it, break it down, piece by piece, discuss whatever, what have you.
And this week is Tax, and I have no clue what he's bringing to the table.
He has no clue what I brought to the table. And we also have a guest here with us today.
For the first time? For the first
time on the Twisted 10.
First one. Ooh, I love being the first one.
And that is Andrea Joy.
That is Andrea Joy, yes. She's my girlfriend. This is Adam. She's my girlfriend.
Oh, I did forget to say my name. Yes, this is the Andrea Joy. Here to bring you joy and pleasure anytime you want. And
since you two little lovebirds over there, this is actually a pretty perfect list bring today for the two of you.
All right.
I'm assuming that wedding bells may be in your future one day.
Yeah,
I'm just guessing not to...
Look, Tack, when you know you've got the one, you know it. I mean, there's so I've dated a lot. You've dated a lot in the past. We've dated each other. You know, this is how it works. And you know when you don't have the one. Let me just put it that way. You can tell right off the bat. So the relationship might be fun. The sex might be good, but you know that that's not a marrying type for whatever reason. Whatever flags get thrown, you know, whatever X's you put on your list in the con column, you know that that's not the one. So far,
right? With
Andrea, I'm just saying, that's a very, very small con list.
That's good. So you guys haven't really been together very long, but
2 nights. No, I'm just kidding.
Just met her at the bar the other night.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, took her home from the titty bar the other night.
Yeah.
So
she was working.
She was working the pole. I remember. I was there.
36 hours now.
No, just kidding. It's been, what, 2.5 months?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And you two are just adorable, I must say.
Oh, thank you, Tack.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so the list I brought today is the top 10 twisted marriage ceremonies and traditions.
The top 10 twisted marriage ceremonies and traditions?
Correct.
Like, I won't guess them. I don't want to knock one off your list.
No, well, go ahead. I mean,
like Jewish do the breaking, like the stomping of the
that's a good example.
Glasses
it's not on my list, but yeah, that's a good example.
Or the stereotypical Mazel Tov type of congratulatory
right,
thing.
And they carry the bride or whoever in a chair or something like that.
During the ceremony,
or sex reception. Not during the ceremony. We went to a wedding.
That'll make Grandma blush.
We went to a wedding, Tack, and it was beautiful scenery up in Canaveral Groves. Beautiful scenery.
Sorry, that just seems redundant.
No, it was. It was actually really over a lake, and whatever. To kind of spice the night up, we kind of dared each other to go have sex behind the altar.
Actually, the maid of honor dared me to go do it.
Well, so you can't really dare each other.
And that
I dare you to do me. I dare you to do me.
Tack, that night was the coldest night in Florida this year. That was not fun.
Shrinkage?
My hands were frozen, so pulling it out...
It was like a stranger doing it?
It didn't. You know what? That's a really good perspective. Yeah, potentially. It wasn't like shrinkage in effect. It was just fucking cold. I mean, it was just cold. It was like ice cubes grabbing a hold of your junk, but I digress a little bit.
We tried.
We successfully had sex. It wasn't to completion, but we successfully had sex.
A lot of these, well, I do have a twist with this episode as well.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I'm going to talk about how, I wonder how much of these traditions are still practiced. For instance, like, there's crazy traditions that we do that are really more like metaphorical than like actual, like,
okay.
Such as the phrase, this doesn't have anything to do with marriage or anything, but such as the phrase like trick or treat. Somebody could say it in another country, well, Americans, they go up to the door, little kids dress up in costume because the night of the, whatever the original reason
Hallows
was.
Eve.
Yeah. And then and they go to the door and they say trick or treat. And if they don't give them candy, then they pull a trick on them. You know, people could say it, but we don't actually do that. We just say trick or treat and that's it.
I would piss on their door, but
Right.
when I was a kid.
So my point is, you know, we don't actually do that. That's just so I'm wondering how most of these may sound crazy, but might just be the origin.
Okay, I see,
you know what I
see
mean?
what you're saying. I see where you're going with that. So we might be taking this out of context if
Right. Some of them, I don't know. Some of them may be very literal. Some of them
Maybe
are
spot on.
literal. Yeah.
Okay.
But some of them that seem odd, just keep that in mind.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Copy.
Okay. So the twist on this one is these are all from different countries.
Okay.
One of them is an American tradition. You have to tell me which one is the American one.
Just
At the
one.
end.
All right.
Don't guess throughout the whole thing.
As a woman, it might be easier for me.
Maybe.
Why, as a
Maybe
woman,
so.
what?
It might be easier for me as a woman to guess.
Why is that?
Because we're obsessed with weddings and all the junk that goes around with it.
You know, there for a minute, and maybe I've just had a couple too many beers, I started thinking about traditions for Halloween because that was the example that you used. I'm like, why would it be easier for a woman to know which one was a Halloween tradition? But nah, okay. Back on track.
Once
Adam.
again, it's top 10 twisted marriage ceremonies and traditions.
Copy. Okay.
Okay, so these are all from different countries. I think there's a couple from the same country, I think. No, maybe not. Okay, so number 10, let's start us off.
All right.
I like to put little titles and then I go through.
Okay.
So I called this one Gift from Below. That's what I call this.
Oh, that's what I call every other morning. Yeah. Giggity.
In this country, and when I go through the end, I will tell you what each country is at the end.
Okay.
So once again, don't shout it out during it. At the end, you'll assess, and then you can tell me which one you think is American. Okay. In this country, young men are required to bring the father of the bride to be a whale's tooth to ask for their daughter's hand in marriage.
Oh, a whale's tooth?
A whale's tooth. Now you gotta
Is she a
think.
big girl? I mean,
Now,
I've always wanted one of those.
can I propose with a shark's tooth? Or
a whale's tooth. Now, okay, this, like I was saying in the beginning, the disclaimer, you know, I really don't think there's all these men out there diving in the oceans, you know, and trying to find a whale and then pull a tooth out of his mouth. You know, it's probably something that they would just go buy and then present maybe.
So that's kind of an irony thing there. Whale's teeth actually wash up on beaches all over the world, even here in Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say all the time, but if you really were out to look for that, for a whale's tooth, you could find one.
I'm sure.
Even whale vertebrae, the backbones, you can find them washed up a lot, either from scavengers eating them or eating the carcasses when they fall to the bottom of the ocean, and then the digestive system bringing it back up somewhere. Whatever. You can actually find that shit more often than I think you would know. So if you spend a good week out looking for a whale vertebrae or a whale tooth, you would find one. Even here in Florida, you could find one easily.
I'm sure, but there's probably men proposing daily, so...
Maybe that is the metaphor behind it, is that you go on the journey to find this thing that's not impossible to find, but is difficult to find to give to your bride to be.
Right.
Maybe that's
So you don't need
Well,
a
not bride to be,
diamond,
it's the
you just need a
father-in-law
whale's
to
tooth.
be.
So you don't need a diamond? I don't have to propose to you with a diamond? Is that what you're saying?
I just need a whale's tooth.
All right.
Well, you give it to the father-in-law to be.
Oh.
That's how you ask for the father's hand.
My
No.
father's gone.
Yeah, that's a good point. Who do I give the whale's tooth to?
I didn't say. So,
No whale
Sweet.
searching
I don't have to
for
search
you.
for a whale's tooth.
no searching for a whale's tooth.
Fucking weird. Weird ass countries.
All right. Let's move on. Number 9. This one's called Kiss the Bride. In this country, during the ceremony, whenever the groom gets up from the table to use the bathroom or whatever, go to the bar, whatever, all men in the room are allowed and encouraged to kiss the bride while he's gone. Also, vice versa, ladies. Vice versa also. If she gets up.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I don't care what country that's from. If we get married, that rule is in effect at our wedding.
No.
No?
No.
You won't be there. You won't see.
What? I'm not kissing all those guys. You know how many nasty garlic bread, nasty men are going to
Wait a minute.
kiss
I know
me?
who's going to be at my wedding. I kind of agree with that sentiment.
I don't.
I won't
want
eat anything. I won't eat anything.
I mean, for you it'd be nice, but I'm saying for me, I'm protecting myself.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll just do it one-sided then. It'll just be for me.
All right. Number 8. This one I called Wedding Night Banging.
Sounds good so far.
In this country,
not copulation, but what do they call it when you it's consummation?
mm-hmm.
Wedding night
consummating
bang?
the
Okay.
marriage. In this country, during the first night of marriage, it is a tradition for the family and friends of the bride and groom to stand outside the place they're spending the night as the man and wife. Spending the first night as man and wife. And these people stand outside and they bang pots and pans together, yell, and just be as disruptive as possible.
I thought that was going to go a whole other way to where they listen to the guy and girl
No,
getting it
no.
on.
No, this is just the
Let's
opposite.
get it on.
They make as much noise as possible. They yell, they bang pots and pans together. And it's to, I guess, I don't know.
It's a celebratory thing? I
don't know if it's like, hey, if life disrupts you. I don't know if it's the teaching thing.
He might have given away something
ridiculous.
there.
But it also, it is also tradition for the bride and groom to bring snacks and drinks for the noisemakers outside.
What?
Yeah.
We are not going to that country.
Tach kind of, when Tach was saying that, though, he kind of might have gave a little bit of that country away because it's a bit.
No way.
Bring in the pots and pans. It might be Italy a little bit. It kind of sounded like you had a little bit of an Italian.
So
Well, if I did, I didn't mean to.
For our guests.
Get some pasta fagioli. Hey,
I made some lasagna tonight. I'm all ready.
drink some vino, eat some pasta, bang on some pots and pans, fuck your wife. Hey,
Did you fuck her yet?
So I gotta give them pasta and make out with all of them? This is getting ridiculous.
we should incorporate all 10 of these. I don't care what they are, all 10 of them.
I'm gonna be exhausted.
Okay, number 7.
Number 7 on the top 10 tax.
Top 10 twisted marriage ceremonies and traditions.
Okay, all right.
All right. Number 7 is called blackening of the bride.
Sweet.
In this country, the guests throw the most disgusting and rotten things you can find on the bride.
No.
What?
Then, there's more. Then tie her to a tree. This is a traditional humiliation ceremony to teach these brides
Humility.
if they can handle this. If they can handle this, they can handle anything.
And then everybody rapes them.
I already have a child.
God.
I can do this. I don't need rotten fruit. I have an almost teenager girl.
So let me get this straight. You tie a girl to a tree, throw a bunch of rotten fruit at her. Isn't this like West Cocoa or Mims maybe? Or
West
That's
Virginia.
the
Or,
American one. No. That's horrible. What about her new gown? No.
whose new gown?
the bride.
Oh. Take it off. She's naked.
Yeah, that won't be more humiliating.
Maybe it's her brother daddies that did it to her.
That's Utah. It could be American then.
Could be.
All right, number 6. This one's called Solace. In this
Solace?
country,
Solace or soul?
soulless.
Okay.
In this country, well, in some parts of this country, the groom removes his shoes just before approaching the altar. This one seems kind of fun. Once his shoes are removed, throughout the rest of the ceremony and reception, all the guests on the bride's side try to steal the shoes while the groom's side protects them.
I have heard of that before. I don't know where. Maybe you told me this a long time.
I didn't
I've
say this.
heard of
I just learned about this. And then if they're ever caught by the bride's side, then they're like held for a ransom.
That would be more fun for the bride so she could get out of the heels.
Well, this is the groom's shoes, so
It's not fair.
sorry.
Or more fun for the groom. If somebody steals his shoes, he can't get married. Just saying.
That's a waste of money for the wedding.
That brings us to our first break.
All right.
Well, our only break. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will hear more about twisted ceremonies and wedding traditions. And you won't believe what number 2 is.
You motherfucker. I hate that shit on Facebook.
No. We talked about that in another episode, if you remember.
I hate that shit.
I know.
You won't believe what happens next.
And that's not all.
Yeah. But we are going to talk about...
Sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Your turn.
We're going to talk about Valentine's Day coming up in the second half of this episode. I can't even talk
Awesome.
today.
Mother's Day's nice.
Blah, blah, blah.
I gave Tach beer.
Yeah, I drank half a beer. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we will discuss some more and maybe learn about some Valentine's Day stuff.
Sweet.
So,
right.
stick around.
check out our new sponsor, Last Drop Vape. They make a premium e-liquid line that is simply fantastic. I vape a lot and use Last Drop Vape's blueberry and strawberry cream. They also have a chocolate that is spot on.
All of Last Drop Vape's premium e-liquids are proudly made in the USA. Their e-juice is bottled in a clean, certified, laboratory using 100% FDA compliant machinery, meeting AEMSA standards and future FDA regulations.
Visit them at lastdropvape.com or on Facebook at facebook.com/lastdropvape.
If you are interested in becoming a distributor, you can contact them at their website under the wholesaler section.
Welcome back to the Twisted 10, and I know you're not just joining us, but I don't know why I always want to say that. If you're just joining us, there's no way, but we're talking about the top 10 twisted marriage ceremonies and traditions.
All right.
I'm going to go back through the first 5.
Hang on, before you go through that, so things that I've brought to the table in the past, Tach, I've brought conspiracy theories, which is a fucking great one to research. I've brought, I can't really remember all of the ones that I brought. Well, whatever. The ones that I brought to the table are things that I'm like interested in, let's say. So I'm sure after a year of doing this, we're going to scrape the bottom of the barrel and try to find some, whatever kind of list we can come up with that is entertaining, but not necessarily our top lists, our best of material. This is episode, number 7. So this is your 4th? No. You did first, I did second, third, fourth, fifth. So this is your 4th top 10 list.
Yeah.
So 4th down on your list is marriage. Are you are you thinking about some? Are you a closet wedding planner by any chance?
No, not at all. Actually, how I come up with these lists or these ideas for lists is that it just, like in general conversation, just happen with somebody, and then somebody may mention something. I'm gonna go, and then I'll do a quick search on my phone and notice, oh, there's material here, so I'll write it down. I have ideas for different lists on my phone, and then I just kind of come up and.
Do you want me to give a mid-show spoiler for my list next week?
If you would like to.
Mid-show spoiler?
You got to give it one more time at the end, though. But
okay, I'll give it at the end. I can even throw another one at the end, and you still won't get it.
Okay, all right.
Now that I said that, I don't know exactly what I'm going to say. Give me a second to think about it.
Well, while you're thinking, I'm going to go back through this list again one more time, the first 5.
Okay.
Gift from below, the shark's tooth. The whale's tooth. Number 9 is Kiss the Bride. That's when
You've got to kiss the girl.
Everyone gets to make out.
You know
with
the song.
bride.
Come on, let's get.
Can't hear you. You gotta get on the radio.
That's the Little Mermaid, and I was saying that's when everyone gets to make out with the bride.
Yes.
Yeah, or the groom.
I like that tradition. Just saying.
Number 8 is the wedding night banging. That's where in the marital evening or the marital bed, the first night, friends and family bang pots and pans outside, yell, make noise to
As long as they
disrupt.
stay outside.
But you have to bring them snacks and drinks. That's the thing.
That's to keep them outside.
Yeah. Number 7 is called blackening of the bride. That's where they throw disgusting stuff on the bride, then tie her to a tree. And number 6 is soulless. That's where they steal the groom's shoes and the bride. No. The groom has the shoes, and the bride's family and friends have to try to steal them.
Yeah.
With Adam's feet, we should probably keep his shoes on.
Oh, that's not very nice. Wedding off.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and that's it.
To go back on that a little bit, Tach. So which number was it where the pots and pans banging the bride, or what is it?
That is number 8.
Did I ever tell you the story about how, because I lived in Colombia for a year, Bogota, Colombia, South America here. Did I ever tell you the story about how a guy courts a girl he's about to propose to and courts the family of the girl? Ever tell you this?
No.
This is interesting. No. So in Colombia, families stay together for a lot longer than they do in the U.S. In the U.S., usually it's 18, 19, 20, maybe 21, and then you move out. Or you go to college or whatever. Right. Shit, I was out at 18. I was ready to get the fuck out and start partying. That's just me.
Too.
That's the U.S., though. In Colombia, or a lot of South American countries, it's not only financially more reasonable, but also they have closer family bonds, so they stay at home a lot longer. Usually, even after they get married, they're still at home. So the bride will move into the groom's family, or the groom will move into the bride, whatever. Well, in Colombia, when a man courts a woman. No, when a man's courting a woman.
Sorry, go ahead.
And he's trying to win her affection over. He also has to try to win over the affection of the family. They do it a ridiculously obnoxious way, and I saw this firsthand. I lived in a 11th story of an apartment building on the side of the mountain in Bogota, which is a big-ass valley mountain, whatever. And I learned what this was, but only had to ask my boss at the time down there what the fuck was going on. So what the groom would do, or the guy proposing to the girl, is hire a traditional mariachi band to start playing at midnight outside of the bride's house and go all the way until the sun rises. And this is a Colombian and South American tradition. You can almost think Mexican mariachi band. It's that obnoxious, that annoying. Trumpets, guitars, the whole 9 yards, all night long. I'm sorry, I can't stop it. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Seriously, all night long. And I had to listen to this fucking thing all night long. People were throwing shit at these guys from other apartments and just trying to get them to shut the fuck up. But
what's the point of this?
To prove to the bride's family or to the woman's family the determination the guy has. Oh. He's not even there.
No,
it's just the band.
It's the determination of the band. That's what it really is.
The band wants money. That's all they want. But it's to send a message to the bride's family that this guy is seriously interested. Cool little tradition.
Interesting.
I fucking hated it, but it was still kind of cool to see and witness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to hijack that part.
No, it's cool. It's cool. But if we're ready to move forward, yeah.
I tried to think of a song reference to go with if we're ready, but I couldn't think of one.
All right, so number 5.
All right.
Moving on. Now remember, I'm not giving you the names of these countries. You have to tell me which one is the American tradition.
Okay.
And then at the end, I'll reveal all the countries for all of them.
I think I already know it.
Okay. Don't say anything.
All right, got it.
All right. Number 5 is called broom jumping.
Broom jumping?
Broom, like a sweep broom. So in this country, couples used to jump over a broom during the ceremony to symbolize moving forward in their lives. The custom is still practiced today. That's really all I'm going to say about that. I had more written down, but that would give things away.
You set it on the ground in front of the bride and groom, and they jump in front of it, and that symbolizes...
Yeah, it's kind of like the Jewish tradition where you step on the glass.
Now, so let me ask this. During the ceremony, or let's say during the reception, all right?
Okay.
Everybody's sitting down eating dinner. I'm assuming that's what happens. And you've got all the family sitting around, and there's a lot of commotion going on. At any point in this ceremony or dinner, do owls come in and drop little notes on their table for the individuals?
I don't think anybody's going to Hogwarts.
Is there a hat that tells them which house they belong to?
Yeah, you're going to the mother-in-law's house.
I'm just saying, you got brooms involved here. I'm just...
A Potter wedding.
Harry Potter. All right.
Okay, number 4.
Number 4, Tach's top 10 twisted wedding and bridal ceremony. Wait, what is it? Sorry.
It is the top 10 twisted marriage ceremonies and traditions.
Okay, I was close. Way off.
Number 4, the dowry.
Ah.
Do you know what a dowry is?
Yes, I do.
Can you explain to our listeners who don't know what a dowry is?
Some countries are different than others, so it's going to depend on what your explanation here is. Some countries, the bride's family presents the groom with the dowry, and some countries, the groom's family presents the bride's father or whatever with the dowry.
What is a dowry?
A dowry is a gift, usually, historically, is a gift of cows or a sheep or some kind of farm animals or farm equipment is what they would call it.
Old tradition-wise.
Old tradition, yeah.
I'm referring to just like money.
I thought it was what you pay the groom's family to get rid of the girl.
Yeah, something like that.
So you're not going to get nothing from my family.
So according to this country's tradition, once the dowry is paid to the bride's family from the groom's family, the bride is supposed to be presented to the groom, unless the dowry is an insufficient amount. Then a substitute bride is presented, which is usually a cross-dressed friend.
The fugly bitch. That's awesome.
It's usually like one of the groom's buddies dressed as a chick or something like that. Okay, moving on to number 3.
Number 3. Tres.
Valentine's Day. Remember, I promised we were going to talk about Valentine's Day.
A little bit love is in the air.
But I call this one Valentine's Day again. Okay? In this country, couples celebrate a Valentine's Day or type of day on every 14th of every month.
Sweet.
Oh.
Every month.
Is this like steak and blowjob day?
All year, every month.
Awesome.
All year. Sorry.
Yeah, steak and
Just wanna make that
blowjobs
clear.
every 14th.
That was March 14th, right? 3.14?
Yeah.
April 14th.
March
steak
14th.
and blowjob. Every 14th.
Every 14th steak and blowjob day?
Every 14th.
Tach, I don't care
Yay.
what the answer is. Say that one's the U.S., please. All right? That's the U.S. one. I don't care what the answer actually is. That's the one. Just tell
That'll
her.
be
Wink.
our US, our us.
Don't matter. She's just willing to. You
Yeah.
have a sister, right?
I do. I have 2.
Okay, moving on. Number 2.
All right, number 2.
The groomsman. Groomsman. That's what I
Okay.
call it. In this country, the term groomsman is used literally. It is tradition for the best man to pull out a razor and shave the groom. And
Really?
make sure he's all clean, good to go, looking pretty. And it's also a tradition for the mother-in-law to feed the groom honey and almonds.
Honey and almonds?
I don't know.
My mother would feed you honey and almonds.
Does she
Wow.
fan me and feed me grapes?
Tach is
Maybe.
shaving you.
Tach's going to be
I'll
shaving
shave
me.
you.
This is
Wait, do you get to shave my balls?
It does not specify.
I'm considering manscaping everything.
Yeah. Sweet. Dude, I'm in.
Well, my mother.
Her mom's
feeds
hot,
you.
so
Dude,
You know.
I'm in.
her mom's hot. Her,
Oh, her
mom
mom's hot
her
too?
mom feeding me grapes with a fan naked. What is it supposed to be again?
But while he's manscaping you,
Yeah. Dude, this is the best of both
Hey, wait.
worlds.
video.
Wait a second.
Do I get a watch?
Is your mom single?
No.
No.
She's got a burly dude too. Rough. He's not big. He's just muscular.
Okay, well, I was
He's
just kidding.
Tough Tony.
He's a nice guy.
Tony. So, last one.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Number
Remember, this
one.
is no particular order.
But
Okay.
it's still fun to say number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1.
This one's called, I call it, liver inspection. Okay? In this country, you'll see. And I really think you guys should do this one.
Okay.
In this country, they have a tradition where the bride and the groom together, they take a knife, much like cutting the cake,
What?
and they hack open a baby chicken, a chick,
Oh, okay. I like where this is going.
No.
and they inspect the liver
Of the baby chicken?
of the baby chick.
All right.
If the liver looks good, they're allowed to set a date.
What if I don't know where the liver is?
I don't know. You got to take an anatomy class.
All right.
I skipped that. I said I was a vegetarian.
If the liver looks good, they're allowed to set a date.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing that doesn't make any sense.
Sounds like
to me.
Groundhog Day.
This is where it gets
I
worse.
like the groundhog better.
First of all, this
You
is
want to cut
awful.
open a groundhog?
No, I just want to watch him look at his shadow.
All right. Go ahead, Doug.
First of all, I think this is awful, and I don't recommend this at all. But here's where it gets worse, and I just think that in this country they just hate chicks. I think
Like,
But if the
like
liver
girls
look-
or baby chick?
baby
chickens?
chicks that you're
Okay.
cutting open to look at the liver.
And it's Easter.
Now, yeah. Now, remember, if the liver looks good, you're allowed to set a date for the wedding. What happens when it looks bad?
Oh, no.
You eat the chick.
No. You just keep cutting open chicks
More
until,
chicks.
Until you find one.
you find a good one.
It's a blood
What is the
massacre
point?
of chicks.
What's the point then? It doesn't make any. Either way, you're going to get to the
So-
point where you can
That is
set a
not
date.
America.
So in this country, do they sell cartons of chicks like they sell
As
cartons of
much-
eggs in the U.S.?
As much as we
No.
waste chickens, that's got to be America,
Yeah,
right?
that's a good point. We eat more chickens than the rest of the world.
I'm saying Trump.
Okay, so now
I know
young
which one it is.
couple.
I'll let her decide. I'll let Andrea pick. I know which one it is.
So now, young couple.
Oh, I have an undoubtedly quick.
What is it?
Wait
Not ready.
for it.
All right,
Now we have to
hang on.
decide which one of these traditions is the American tradition.
Okay.
So I will take a guess from each of you.
Are you going to run? Let's run through the 10 again. Just real quick, the
Okay,
titles. of
here
each
we
one
go.
of them, and you
Okay.
listen.
Number 10 is Gift from Below. Kiss the Bride is number 9. Number 8 is Wedding Night Banging. Number 7 is Blackening of the Bride. Number 6 is Solace. Number 5 is Broom Jumping. Number 4 is The Dowry. Number 3 is Valentine's Day Again. Number 2 is The Groomsman. And number 1 is Liver Inspection.
Only question I have here is this with common traditional weddings today or the history of the countries that they came from?
I
Would
think
this-
most of these are all.
Current?
They say that they
Okay.
still do them today.
I know which one.
But
it is.
I'm
think-
thinking that most of these are
I
done.
don't know any any of those.
I have
I
confidence.
can't hear. She's not on mic.
Yeah, you
here.
get it.
Oh, I don't know any of those. None of them make sense to me.
I think some of these are probably done, metaphorically, and some of them are done.
You can
literally.
easily rule out some of them. So rule out
I
those.
can't
And
You want to go through each one?
No dead chickens.
Okay,
rule
so
that one out.
I'm just going to tell you. Dead chicken one is from Mongolia. It's actually the Dour people of Mongolia.
We are not getting married in Mongolia.
That's my guess.
Oh, which
You want me to
not?
call it out?
Are we saying the not one?
You want me to call out
if
my
you
guess?
If you want to just start singling out.
I'm going to do it right. I'm going to blow it right out of the water.
I was going to say where they make out with the bride.
Oh, the Kiss the Bride one.
Yeah.
Okay, so she goes Kiss the Bride. I'm going to go
Okay.
against my bride-to-be. We're not engaged, but she's going to be my bride-to-be.
Right.
I'm going to go against her intuition. I'm going to go with number 6, the soulless.
The soulless one?
Yes.
That was my second guess.
And what was yours?
Kiss the Bride. Hers
Kiss
was
the
at
Bride,
5
okay.
or 7.
Just because Americans are
Well, let's go
sluts.
through Kiss the Bride. Kiss the Bride is actually from Sweden.
Womp womp. Swedish girls are hot though, so just saying.
Sweden, y'all?
Soulless one, where the groom takes the shoes
US.
off.
Go ahead,
and
say
all
it.
that.
It's the U.S.
That is done in some parts of India.
What the fuck?
India.
India.
Oh my
like
god!
shoes
Wait, are we
anyway.
talking like?
India.
Oh, you did say India, not Indian. I was going to say,
Right.
are we talking Comanche or 7-Eleven? Which
Once again, the Twisted
Racism.
10 is not... Racism is fun. All right, so here we go. Number 10, the gift from below with the whale's tooth. That's from Fiji.
Fiji, Tavarua, Fiji. Gotta love it.
We already say Kiss the Bride's from Sweden. The wedding night banging. That is from France.
I don't want to work. I just want to bang on this drum all day.
Do it with an accent. You can do the French accent. Yaw.
Oui, oui.
Sacre bleu.
Yaw, did you bang her yet? Yeah. Lingerie, right?
Je me perds
Mon anniversaire.
Blackening of the
Voulez-vous
bride.
coucher avec moi?
Blackening of the bride is done in certain parts of Scotland.
Oh, thank goodness that was in America.
What do we have here? I can't do it.
No.
I love you.
Soulless, as we said, is from
India?
in some parts of India.
Oh my gosh, it. That one I can do very well.
The dowry.
Thank you for calling Dell. How can I help you? Sorry. She's shutting me up.
Okay. The dowry that's done in Russia.
That actually used, and the reason I asked that question earlier is dowry used to be an American tradition in marriage. Like back in the 17 and 1800s, that used to be an American tradition.
Wasn't it everywhere?
I don't know everywhere.
It was in Russia.
Russia and America. That's it.
Da.
Valentine's Day again is South Korea.
Oh.
The groomsman thing, that's Greece. Liver inspection, I said, is from Mongolia. So there only leaves one left.
The broom?
The broom jumping.
Really?
It actually
That's US.
says in the American Deep South, in slavery times, black couples used to jump over a broom during the ceremony to symbolizing moving forward in the new lives. The custom is still practiced today, but not just by black couples, also whites as well.
What?
Huh.
We don't use blacks. We have like those like
Wow.
Roombas?
Roombas. Yeah.
Wow.
We jump over
If
the Roombas.
We're
we jump
deleting
Roombas.
that.
Yes, agreed. But it was fucking funny.
The way you said we don't use blacks, that's awful.
No, we don't use those. We don't use brooms, I meant. We don't use brooms.
We don't use
brooms.
blacks. We got Roombas now.
We should go back to that, though.
Oh my
I'm not talking about anything of color. I was talking about what we used to sweep with.
What if it's a
No,
black
I
Roomba?
gotcha.
Is there a broom?
A Broomba?
Those are so. We went stainless steel. Roombas. Roombas.
Okay, so you guys did not catch the twist on that
No,
one.
we lied.
No, you
failed.
foiled us again.
Does that mean we can't get married?
No, that just means now the host of the show gets to sleep with the bride-to-be.
I guess that's a good point. Wait, where's my dowry? Otherwise, I'm going to dress up Ron like a bride. That's looks
Or we
ugly.
got to cut open the baby chickens first.
Or we can just cut Tach open and look at his liver.
Oh my god.
As long as it's not Oliver.
Yeah, don't cut open Oliver. All right, Tach. So here's your little teaser. I
Yeah,
thought
give me a
about this
teaser
little
for the
bit.
next episode.
All right, let's go with now. The teaser is going to identify a person right away. Okay, no question. However, the show that I'm going to do, the top 10 list I'm going to do, has nothing to do with this guy directly.
Okay.
Okay, It's a guy. See if you can and you can guess the person.
Okay.
All right, you ready? You ready for my? And I'm horrible at voices, so forgive me. I'm going to ask for the forgiveness of the audience now. Are you ready?
Yeah.
99999.
Are you doing Hitler? Is that what you're doing?
That's about the best. I could do a Zig Heil, but I don't want to say that. So
You already did.
I said it.
Okay.
Damn it.
Okay. Well,
All right.
That's our teaser, and we're going to sit with that for a week.
Yeah, that's right.
Think about that.
Yes, we are.
All right. So, anything else to go out on?
I just want to say thank you to Andrea Joy for coming on the Twisted 10 with us. We appreciate having you in here.
It's my pleasure.
God, she's got a great voice, hasn't she? By the way, listeners, if you did we already say that at the beginning that she's the voice of the Twisted 10 intro?
Oh, I don't think we did.
No, I think we did
didn't.
on our other podcast. But yeah, Andrea is the voice of the intro.
Hey, do it. Say a line from it.
You're listening to the Twisted 10.
You're listening to the Twisted 10.
Perfect, isn't it?
She sounds just like her.
Yeah.
Just like
She does an impersonation of our voiceover artist. Yeah. We're actually going to put her on Fiverr and see if we can get some female voiceover work for her.
That'd be cool.
She's got a great voice.
Indeed.
He's trying to make money off me for that dowry.
Goddamn right I am.
Nobody, unless you want to cut up in some chicks, it's your choice.
I don't want to cut open any chicks.
Andrea, by the way, does work at a place. We'll give her a plug. She works up at Brent Allen's Salon and Spa in Cocoa, 1 mile north of 528 on US 1. So stop by and see her. She's a senior stylist. What's the title? Level 3 or something?
Level 3.
All right,
What's your dragon age?
Yeah, so go check her out. It's a salon and a full spa. Tach. They have a goddamn massage bath chair in there.
And if you want to come in, I'll give you 10% off. Just ask for Andrea, and I'll make sure you look fabulous.
Yeah, just mention the Twisted 10 and you'll get 10% off. They have a fucking chair that they bathe you, like a bed chair thing. You lay down on this thing. It looks pretty comfortable. They bathe you and then massage you. And I mean,
who does this?
Her spa.
Well, I know she don't do it. You do it?
Do you do it? I don't do that. She's not certified in that.
What about them other chicks that
Are
I
you
saw?
really? You don't do it? Why not? That's good money.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, if you're interested in that, go check out Andrea up there. We're giving her a couple of free plugs this week. I'll charge her for it on my own kind of personal way. Tach. Tach is my business partner. Tach is my business partner. How are we going to compensate Tach here?
Just owe me $5.
$5 for what?
For the show.
Oh, for the voiceover work?
Yeah.
Fiverr.
She's charging me, Tach.
We can't hear her, but
I didn't
okay.
sign anything.
Yeah, that's a good point. Nobody can hear you on the show. It's all right.
No.
I got nothing, Tach, though.
All right. Well,
Close us out.
I appreciate everybody listening to the Twisted 10. This is episode number 7.
Yep.
7. Cool. All right. And if you guys are interested in me and Adam, we also do live in Podcarously as well.
How you doing, Tach?
How you doing?
Oh, yeah.
I'm interested in Adam. If you guys like us, also check out Living Vicariously. And also, if you like us, give some stars, do a rating. Why can I remember? Subscribe.
Review.
Stripe.
I don't know.
Stripes.
Write us a note.
Something about a stripe.
Send us an email.
They can't email the show. I mean, we don't have an official email yet.
They could go to the Facebook page and send us a message there, right?
Well, yeah, they can also do the twisted10@gmail.com. It's just a bullshit one for now until we can get something good.
A real URL. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we're still new here, so. But yeah, do a rate, subscribe, review.
There you go. Rate, subscribe, review.
That's not the right order. Subscribe, rate, and review.
Subscribe, rate, and review.
Oh, jeez.
Subscribe, rate, and review the Twisted 10.
Okay, we're going to cut everything you set out and put that in.
Yeah, just put that there.
All right, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. And once again, my name is Tach.
And I'm Adam. And our special guest this week,
Andrea Joy.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. See ya.
we had sex. It wasn't to completion, but we successfully had sex.
A lot of these, well, I do have a twist with this episode as well.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I'm going to talk about how, I wonder how much of these traditions are still practice. For instance, like there's crazy traditions that we do that are really more like metaphorical than like actual like.
Okay.
Such as the phrase, this doesn't have anything to do with marriage or anything, but such as the phrase like trick or treat. You know, somebody could say in another country, well, Americans, they go up to the door, little kids dress up in costume because the night of the, you know, whatever the original reason
Hallows
was.
Eve.
Yeah. And then like, and they go to the door and they say trick or treat. And if they don't give them candy, then they pull a trick on them. You know, people could say it, but we don't actually do that. We just say trick or treat and that's it.
I would piss on their door, but
Right.
when I was a kid.
So my point is, you know, we don't actually do that. That's just, so I'm wondering how most of these may sound crazy, but might just be the origin.
Okay, I see,
you know what I
see
mean?
what you're saying. I see where you're going with that. So we might be taking this out of context. If
Right. Some of them, I don't know. Some of them may be very little. Some of them
Maybe
are
spot on.
literal. Yeah.
Okay.
But some of them that seem odd, just keep that in mind.
All right,
You know what I mean?
copy.
Okay. So the twist on this one is these are all from different countries.
Okay.
One of them is today is the top 10 twisted marriage ceremonies and traditions.
The top 10 twisted marriage ceremonies and traditions.
Correct.
Like, I won't guess them. I don't want to knock one off your list.
No, well, go ahead. I mean,
Like Jewish do the breaking, like the stomping of the
yeah, that's a good
the
example.
glasses on
It's
the
not on my
ground.
list, but yeah, that's a good example.
or the stereotypical Mazel Tov type of congratulatory
Right, and they
thing.
carry the bride or whoever in a
Or
chair
sex
or something
behind the
like
altar
that.
during the ceremony.
or sex.
reception.
Not during the ceremony. We went to a wedding.
That'll make grandma blush.
We went to a wedding, Tach, and it was beautiful scenery up in Canaveral Groves. Beautiful scenery.
Sorry, that just seems redundant. Go ahead.
No, it was
Okay.
actually really nice. Over a lake, and whatever, to kind of spice the night up. We kind of dared each other to go have sex behind the altar.
Actually, the maid of honor dared me to go do it.
Well, so you can't really dare each other.
And that
I
night-
dare you to do me. I dare you to do me.
Tach, that night was the coldest night in Florida this year. That was not fun.
Shrinkage?
My hands were frozen, so pulling it out.
It's like a stranger doing it.
It didn't. You know what? That's a really good perspective. Yeah, potentially. It wasn't like shrinkage in effect. It was just fucking cold. I mean, it was just cold. It was like ice cubes grabbing a hold of your junk. But I digress a little bit.
We tried.
We
That's
successfully.
good. American tradition. You have to tell me which one is the American one.
Just
At the
one.
end.
All right.
Don't guess throughout the whole thing.
As a woman, it might be easier for me.
Maybe.
Why, as a
Maybe
woman,
so.
what?
It might be easier for me as a woman to guess.
Why is that?
Because we're obsessed with weddings and all the junk that goes around with it.
You know, there for a minute, and maybe I've just had a couple too many beers, I started thinking about traditions for Halloween, because that was the example that you used. I'm like, why would it be easier for a woman to know which one was a Halloween tradition? But nah, okay. Back on track.
Once
Adam.
again, it's top 10 twisted marriage ceremonies and traditions.
Copy. Okay.
Okay, so these are all from different countries. I think there's a couple from the same country, I think. No, maybe not. Okay, so number 10, let's start us off.
All right.
I like to put little like titles and then I go through.
Okay.
So I called this one Gift from Below. That's what I called this.
Oh, that's what I call every other morning. Yeah, giggity.
In this country. And when I go through the end, I will tell you what each country is at the end.
Okay.
So once again, don't shout it out during it. At the end, you'll assess, and then you can tell me which one you think is American. Okay. In this country, young men are required to bring the father of the bride to be.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and lift off.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to The Twisted 10, bringing you original and unique, host-created top 10 lists, recorded live in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida, with hosts Tach Van Sickle and Adam Poston.
Welcome to the Twisted 10, and my name is Tach. As always, sitting next to me is...
Hey, I'm Adam. Hey, guys. Thanks for listening.
And welcome to the show. And this, just like the intro said, we make up an original top 10 list and we go through it, break it down piece by piece, discuss whatever, what have you.
And this week is Tach, and I have no clue what he's bringing to the table.
He has no clue what I brought to the table. And we also have a guest here with us today.
For the first time,
the first time on the Twisted 10.
First one. Ooh, I love being the first one.
And that is Andrea Joy.
That is Andrea Joy, yes. She's my girlfriend. This is Adam. She's my girlfriend.
Oh, I did forget to say my name. Yes, this is the Andrea Joy. Here to bring you joy and pleasure anytime you want.
And since you two little lovebirds over there, this is actually a pretty perfect list to bring today for the two of you.
All right.
I'm assuming that wedding bells may be in your future one day.
Yeah,
I'm just guessing not to...
Look, Tach, when you know you've got the one, you know it. I mean, there's so I've dated a lot. You've dated a lot in the past. We've dated each other. You know, this is how it works. And you know when you don't have the one. Let me just put it that way. You can tell right off the bat. So the relationship might be fun. The sex might be good, but you know that that's not a marrying type. For whatever reason. Whatever flags get thrown, you know, whatever X's you put on your list in the con column, you know that that's not the one. So far,
right? With
Andrea, I'm just saying, that's a very, very small con list.
That's good. So you guys haven't really been together very long, but
2 nights. No, I'm just kidding.
Just met her at the bar the other night.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, took her home from the titty bar the other night.
Yeah.
So
she was working.
She was working the pole. I remember. I was there.
36 hours now.
No, just kidding. It's been, what, 2.5 months?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And you two are just adorable, I must say.
Oh, thank you, Tach.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so the list I brought